whispers echo through the halls. Old gods tremble, walls will fall. In the ashes lies the prophecy. Scars and power all inside of me. Rusty bridges fracture in the night. Desperate hands reaching for the light. I'm the message carved into your skin. Where the end is where we all begin. I'm the new cult of personality. Break the system, bring your sanity. Raging fire, burn the old decree. In the chaos, you'll be following me.
Hello, and welcome to Random Nonsense, the emo version. We are here today to talk comic books and cartoons. My bad, I'm an idiot. We're here to talk cartoons. I'm a dumb shit. That's pretty fucking funny.
It's my uncle's art. He gave it to me.
Nice. Well, welcome. We are here, like I said, to discuss top 10 cartoons. And with that being said, there's not much to lead into unless you guys want to chat a minute.
Well, I just want to see how y'all's week is going. I've missed y'all. We've been busy.
Always been busy. Work sucks.
Work sucks. It always sucks. But oh, it's okay, Chantel. I'm just gonna be first from here on out. Don't worry about it. But no, I actually had a pretty amazing week, actually.
Oh, that's good.
See, I know we're jumping into good stuff Friday, but I've had a great week. Monday, I had like a stomach flu, like food poisoning. You're like, that sounds horrible. I lost 4 pounds that day. I'm back to 100%. I have had great workouts, and I taught my first class at work yesterday, and I fucking crushed it. So all in all,
very nice.
I had a good week.
Yeah, good for you.
My week was not great.
Yeah,
nothing. It wasn't terrible, I guess. Just nothing. It was a week, man. I lead a very mundane existence. Nothing. I don't do anything crazy, man. And my life is pretty cut and dried. So.
What about
we'll find some good stuff by tomorrow.
That was actually that's not true. I can't think of something awesome. I did get out early yesterday, so I went over to JJ's for a beer and hung out with him and Jackson for like an hour. So
sweet.
I lied. That was pretty awesome.
How dare you forget me?
Yeah, because
how about you, Jimmy? How was your week?
It was busy helping the in-laws out. Spring is sprung here, so I'm already fighting the bugs in the grass and all that stuff. But got a couple paintings in. It's been a
hell yeah. I like the zombie one too. I love the zombie one.
The zombie one was great.
Yeah, the red eye thing that was Groovy's suggestion. That's
nice.
I think you need to. I think you need to show the zombie. I think the zombie needs to be seen.
I think we can see the zombie.
The zombie's pretty dope.
Hold on. I'll go.
Made the poor man have to go look now. We're so chatty tonight. Oh no, it's gonna be a rough 2 hours.
Oh no. I was reading at the same time, but no. And my uncle did come down this last weekend, and I actually got to. Ooh, look at that.
I love that. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah, that one's cool.
It's one of my favorite paintings of his, like shading the light and stuff, like the light going across and the changes. It did so well. I love it.
And I always love with all of his art, there's always that mechanical feel to it. You know what I mean? Even in like the biologically rotting ones, like there's still that sense of like, I don't know, machinery back there.
I almost put some machinery.
I know it must. I bet it was tough for you not to.
I had all kinds of cables and stuff coming off this side of his head. No.
How about you, JJ? How was your week?
My week was all right. Thanks to you boys, I've been trying to not sit in this chair so much, so I've been trying to get on the floor, do a bit of this and that. At that, I started at 220. It's jumping the scale this morning. I'm down to 212. So
Hell yeah, buddy.
feeling
Hell
good
yeah,
about
man.
that.
Keep up the
And
good work,
now that
man.
it's getting warmer, I'm gonna start walking my fat ass over to the gym we have over here in the apartment complex and start hitting the bike and the treadmill a couple times a week. So I'm not just sitting there for hours after work.
I say this in a totally non-gay way.
He's
Oh,
totally
fuck.
meaning this so gay.
I'm fucking
Yeah,
proud. I'm proud of you, man. I'm fucking proud of
How's
you.
that gay?
Man,
Means you're proud
Well,
of him.
because we're not all about feelings, but I'm proud of you, man. As one man to another, I'm proud of you.
You're not. I
Proud of you, too.
I'm all about feelings. That's all I consist of. It's like I'm pretty much 95% feeling and 5% chicken wings.
Oh man,
I agree with that.
Thank you.
I agree with that.
I'm just twisted steel and sex appeal, as a famous wrestler once said.
Jimmy keeps
I like
knocking
that
out
one.
these push-up videos where I have to put I put on a hoodie now when I come on live with just so I don't feel so much shame of not being as big as he is. I'm like, I work out like 2 hours a day, and this motherfucker's just jacked.
Dude, when he did
I'm
those
53.
Yeah, when you
be able to keep up with me. I'm an old man. Come on,
bro, whatever. When you were rocking those out, I was like, good God, man. Like,
Seriously, just one after another. I was like,
I can't do
I'm
anything
like,
that
wow, but I
quickly.
started doing the arm shake. I'm like, fuck.
Did you like the axe in the mouth there for the last ones?
Yep.
It's not fair, man. Your dwarf arms, you only have to go down like 2 inches. It's fucking bullshit, man.
Hey, I can't help it. I was born awesome, man.
I know the feeling.
I was
So-
built for speed.
Are y'all ready to get into this?
Yes.
We've had good weeks, and we have bad stuff that happens in the week, but we've had good stuff that happen. That's the whole point of it, is you have to hunt for it. You have to look for it, because we tend to only notice the negative. So,
And I got my Bob Ross.
Yes, the painting kit.
Yeah, I bought that in an antique store, completely intact, unused. The knife and the brush are still in the plastic, and all the paints and the liquid white are still filled up. So I was very happy. It's even got all the pamphlets. I got the old Bob Ross fan club and all that stuff in there, and it's got one of his prints inside of that. So
Oh, that's cool.
awesome. Yeah.
so while we get started, people in the chat, if you've had something good happen in your week, let us know, and we'll get started, and we'll read y'all stuff as we go.
Works for me.
Yeah.
So, do we want to go 1 through 10, or start from 10 and work our way down to number?
We gotta
1?
go 10 up to 1.
Just making sure that's what we were doing. That's all.
I got my list right here. I got some honorable mentions.
Mm-hmm.
I got mine.
See, I put it in this color so y'all can't read it when I hold it up like that.
Ah, clever.
I can't read, so that works.
Yeah. Let
I
me
just look at pictures.
let me pretend like I have a list. Hold on. I'm gonna write it on the back of this zombie painting.
Okay. Anybody that buys it is going to get your top 10 list of cartoons.
And cartoon list on the back.
Like,
of the
what
zombie
is
page.
this?
I kind of love it.
And if we have cartoons that overlap, we're still going to mention them on our run through, and we'll say why it's important to us or why we liked it. So don't think that you're being cheated if somebody else said something that's on your list, because we'll still go through it.
I'm with
I
you.
would flick a honey line on the balls wearing a pair of pork chop panties before going to the gym on purpose. But that's just me.
I'm
See,
with
the-
you, Chantel.
My gym is in my house, so
Yeah. You don't really have to go anywhere.
yeah.
Which is nice.
That's my morning wake up, and then I do work, and then I go to work. So haven't even showered yet today, and it was chest day. Anyway,
I bet you smell like dandelions.
actually, it's gotten to the point, like, with the amount of water I drink instead of like sodas and stuff, and the clean diet I'm having, I don't smell at all. Like, I can go like 3 days, and sometimes I go for a long time without showers, and I'm not even ashamed to say it. You know why? Because I don't go anywhere. And after 3 days, I'm still like, I don't smell anything. And I asked other people, and they're like, I don't smell anything. I'm like, I just don't really sweat and stink anymore. It's weird. Maybe it's just diet.
Maybe.
What's the weather like up there on that high horse of yours?
Oh, it's pretty damn good. I mean, if you want, I'll drop my dick down so you can climb up. It's pretty
If
big.
you don't mind, that would be
It is,
great.
it is.
I haven't eaten much today either.
It's on there. It's real. I really wrote it on the back.
I
Of
know.
this.
I believe I
That's
saw you
hilarious,
doing it.
actually.
All right, so JJ, you want to kick us off with your number 10? Number 10.
Number 10.
My number 10 is the SWAT cats. When I was a kid, like they came on, and I don't know what it was about cats who were like superheroes flying around in a fucking stealth bomber. To me, it was the coolest fucking cartoon ever. Because by day they worked on cars, and at night they were the SWAT cats, and they had the coolest intro. Fucking, I showed it to FD the other day. He's like, I didn't even know this existed. Like, dude, it's so good.
I have never seen SWAT cats, and we're around the same age, and I just never saw it. And I think a lot of our lists are going to overlap. Jimmy's is like, hey, remember when there was black and white Mickey Mouse, Steamboat Willie? All right, so SWAT cats. All right.
Sorry, that was funny. I got a kick out of that one.
That's a good one.
Oh,
Yeah.
You gotta put Hefty above me, so it just feels weird. It feels like I'm out of play. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, you got the old man in the corners and the young bucks.
That's true. Yes, the old man, the old man here and old man down there, and then you got these two young bucks. I can't do that. I'm working.
And two reggae. I'm pausing right here. So
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Right. Grandpa corner.
Science.
All right, Hefty, your number 10.
My number 10 is so it was a show that was on Nickelodeon way back in the early 80s, and it was called Spartacus and the Sun Beneath the Sea.
And
it was about this dude. There was like this whole world underneath like the earth, and it was this guy that had like this I forget what you'd call it, but it was kind of almost like a gauntlet on here that he could like do shit from. And he traveled with this weird chick that was like dressed all in white. And I can't really remember a lot about it, but I remember I loved it when I was a kid. And it's, Dexter's Lab. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at the animation. I don't even recognize it, man.
Yeah, it's old. It's old, man. But it was really cool. It brings me back to my number one pick, which we'll find out, eventually. But they were on around the same time, early in the morning, and I used to love watch it. I'd be sitting there eating my English muffins, fucking loving on it on my big ass old TV with like the push button cable box with the wood paneling back in the 80s.
The one where when you change it, you gotta go.
Yep.
And to turn on, you pull the thing out and push it in and turn it on.
It was old school. Yep.
That was before remotes, and my mom. I remember this distinctly. I asked, when did remotes really start having like TV remotes? I call them TV boxes because that's just what we've always called them. But she's like, yeah, when we had that TV. My mom legit woke me up out of bed to come and change TV for her because she didn't want to get up to change the TV. I'm like, you lazy bitch. But I just want to say that wood paneling TV is pretty funny.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, and pumpkin patch.
All right,
pumpkin patch.
Jimmy, what is your number 10?
Number 10.
Whoa!
Oh, Jesus.
A little late in
My
life.
grandpa had a push-up caught in my throat. My number 10 is Beavis and Butthead.
Yes.
Ooh, good choice.
I mean, I was at the perfect ripe old age of, I don't know, my mid-20s or so, maybe close to 30 when that came out. But I just remember how funny the whole thing struck me. Mike Judge. I don't have King of the Hill on my list. I'm a Beavis and Butthead guy. So King of the Hill's okay, but for me, Beavis
and Butthead was where it was at.
Oh, the wifey's here. Look, Amber's in the chat. Hi, baby.
Hey, what's up, Amber?
But she asked me why, because Beavis and Butthead is not on my list, and because I didn't watch Beavis and Butthead until I was married, and she was a big fan of Beavis and Butthead, and I hadn't watched it till then. So I was like, it's funny.
Quite.
I remember the movie Beavis and Butthead Do America, whatever.
Yeah,
but I never watched the cartoon.
Well, literally, me and my best buddy Brad in high school, I was had the AC/DC shirt on. He had the Metallica shirt on, and we sit and watch TV all fucking day. So it all hit me just right.
Is that art imitating life or life
It is,
imitating
it
art
is.
at that
I
point?
think
Yeah.
both at that point.
So, who has the best Beavis or Butthead impression?
Yeah.
Other than like,
Hey, Beavis, check out the chat. Yeah. There's like people in there. Yeah, they're watching. Yeah. Yeah.
She's going to Vegas to play. She is going to Vegas to play the sluts.
Damn it, Beavis, shut up. Otherwise, we're never gonna score.
Is this a? Is this?
God damn it, Bobby.
Those goddamn boys whacking off of my tool shit.
Boy, let me
yeah,
tell
what was
you
it? Mr. Anderson from Beavis and Butthead became Hank Hill.
Yes, he
you know.
did. Yep. Are you the boys that have been whacking off in my tool shed?
Is this a holy damn? Is it a goddamn?
Yeah.
Yeah, stupid, annoying humor. That's going to be pretty prominent on my list. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Why would anybody do drugs when they could just mow a
Well,
lawn?
wait till you see my number one. I'm probably going to catch some heat for it. So
All right. My number 10.
Number 10.
Rocco's Modern Life is my number 10.
That's a good
Okay.
choice. Great choice.
And it's not for Rocco. Actually, my favorite character on there was Heifer.
Yes.
His
Woo-hoo.
best friend. What a hoot!
Yes.
And also, I didn't realize till later in life, Rocco was a sex phone worker.
yeah,
I'm like, how the fuck did they pass that in Nickelodeon?
If you ever watch Reno 911,
He was
Garcia.
Carlos as
Yeah.
Alizrique, who was
Yeah.
also the Taco Bell dog. Yo quiero
Yep.
Taco Bell. That's
Yeah,
really-
I think he actually wrote Rocco too. Like that was his whole show, his whole idea. So
I
So-
recommend it, Chantel. Check it out.
Rocco's Modern Life is out. What was it, Mr. and Mrs. Big Head next door?
Yeah.
And
Ed.
he's an Aussie. He's an Aussie.
Yes. Yeah, he's a dingo.
Yeah, he's
Not a wallaby.
Kangaroo.
a wallaby. He's a wallaby.
Was he a wallaby? Yeah,
He's some sort of marsupial.
But it's great. And Amber just messaged me saying something I needed to add to my honorable mention. So
Good job on Amber.
Okay, well those are solid polls. At first, JJ, go for your number 9.
Number 9 is dear and close to my heart because it's been out once and then they pulled it away and then they brought it back and then they ended it in the most beautiful way you could end a series.
I know
and then they
exactly
brought
where
it
you're
back
going.
and
Yep.
fucked it up. But my number 9 is Futurama.
Yes.
I fucking love Futurama. It's gotten me through some of the worst times of my life, the best times of my life. That show is fucking A+ to me. I love Futurama.
Here.
I'm trying to think of who my favorite character in Futurama is.
Yeah, it was probably me, Bender, because I'm the best, baby. Oh, yeah.
I love.
How come you didn't bring that voice out when we were doing impressions the other day, huh?
Yeah, shut up, meatbag.
Actually, I think Zoidberg might be my favorite.
Well, then maybe you're Zoidberg's favorite as well. Why not? Maybe. Good news, no one.
I liked the professor and what was it, Amy?
Yeah, Amy Wong was great.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
I'm
liked
not
Amy.
shocked by that in any way.
Oh,
Though.
Amy was a slut. You know,
She's
I-
such a big whore.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm just gonna say it, Amy's my favorite character. Yeah.
Have you guys seen the pitch where they want Bruce Campbell to play a live action the captain? Fuck, my brain just shut off.
Zap Brannigan.
Thank
Brannigan's
you.
law is like
No.
Brannigan's love. Hard.
Oh, I
Fast.
forgot about Zach Brannigan. Yeah.
Who's his little sidekick guy?
Kiff.
Kiff.
Croker. Kiff,
Oh, what was the little pet that
Nibbler. Nibbler.
Nibbler? Yeah,
That's
Nibbler.
right.
I used to have a cat named
Nibbler.
Well, I'm gonna cheat and I'm gonna jump ahead because my number 9
Number
is Animaniacs. Animaniacs.
Oh,
I love
nice.
Animaniacs. I have always loved Animaniacs. That was introduction to so many different great characters. That was the introduction to Pinky and the Brain,
Yep.
which is not on my list, but It's still a
Well,
good cartoon.
technically, I would consider that under the umbrella of Animaniacs because it was on that show. So it's kind of
that's how it got.
I'd consider
before
that.
it got its own
Yeah,
part
it was
of
the Pinky and the Brain was it was a spinoff when it was by itself. But
Yep.
yeah.
But I like just the Pinky and the Brain show. But I love. What are we doing tonight, Pinky?
The same thing we do
what are we
every night. What we doing tonight, Brian? The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Trying to take over the world.
Ask me. Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Who am I?
Your brain.
All right. Are you thinking what I'm thinking, Pinky?
I don't know, Brian. But me and Peppy Longstocking. What would our kids look like?
That's pretty
Nice.
fucking good.
The fingerprints joke will always go down in infamy with Animaniacs. Like, if you don't know what that is, look it up. The Animaniacs fingerprints joke.
And it did help me on my homework as a kid because my favorite Animaniacs clip is the one where he's doing all the countries of the world doing the song. And I have literally, when I was doing world geography and I was doing countries and stuff overseas, I would go and I would fast forward to the part where it highlighted the place I was looking for, and I would find out the name, and that's how I would do some of my world geography homework. So, Wacko, Yakko, and Dot, man, and hello,
nurse. Yes.
So sorry I skipped ahead, but since Chantel said that, I jumped ahead because it was my number 9.
Mine is Ren and Stimpy, actually.
Nice.
And I'm not talking about when they bought it back. I mean, like when it was first on
OG.
Literally, that's my number 9 too. So.
And I was good. Is it really? That's awesome. And I just want to really quickly say Futurama was going to go on my list too, but I was so sure that it was going to be on everybody's list, I didn't even bother. But I love that. But so Ren and Stimpy again. It's a shame about John Crickfalusi that he is a fucking scumbag.
Yeah.
But at the time that was groundbreaking, dude. And like the early to mid 90s.
What do you mean by scumbag? I don't know the story behind that.
Oh, he was grooming like 13-year-old and 14-year-old girl. He had like a 14-year-old girlfriend.
Oh yeah,
that he was
wood
grooming
chipper, dude. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
he was flying in like these girls who wanted to be animators, and they were like 15 years old.
Yeah, watch it, dude. I was like, oh, that sucks because I loved that show. But you got to separate the art from the artist on a lot of things.
Well, and also
Chantel hasn't heard of Ren and Stimpy either.
You never heard of Ren and Stimpy, man? Holy moly!
No,
oh man. Okay.
After season 2, he was kicked off anyway, I think.
Yeah.
Season 2 or 3. So it wasn't even him for but it got really fucking weird there towards the end.
Yeah, some of those episodes are pretty fucking creepy.
But no, so like Chris Felucci and Ralph Baskey, they had a little history together with the New Adventures of Mighty Mouse and stuff, and then Chris Felucci broke off in the Ren and Stimpy, and it just like I know the guy's a scumbag, but I cannot deny how much I loved those first Ren and Stimpies that came out.
Yeah,
it's
and
too bad
the voices of Ren and Stimpy at first too, and then what's his name? Billy West took over again. Futurama.
Yeah, Billy West was good. Yeah.
No sir, I didn't like it.
No sir, I don't like it.
Do you have any
Space Madness is probably my favorite episode ever.
That's I think a lot.
That's episode 1.
Is it?
Space Madness is episode 1.
You might be right.
I thought it was the one where they were at the pound.
Our country reeks of trees. Our yaks are really large and they smell like rotting beef carcasses.
Oh, I used to have that album.
Clean up after them.
I know. We'll eat dirt.
It's log. Big, it's heavy, it's wood. It's log. It's better than bad. It's good.
Yeah. Now,
from Blammo.
Loved everything about Ren and Stimpy. I still got a lot of Ren and Stimpy merch around.
Powdered Toast Man.
But
Powdered Toast Man.
Favorite character.
I love
that's the log. Is that a pin?
It is.
That's
from
awesome.
Blammo.
From Blammo.
From Blammo. And I've got a little Stimpy magnet over here.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes.
I gave my grandkids, I gave them my stuffed Ren and Stimpy that are original off the shelf from 1994, whenever it was.
Yeah, it was earlier than that, but yeah, okay.
Well, no, they didn't have merch out till like 93, 94.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, so it's probably closer to 93 then. Yeah. 93, 94. Yeah, you're right.
I was
As a
9.
kid, I always wanted the Ren and Stimpy stuffed animals, but
Yeah.
no one ever bought them for me. I was so like.
It's even got like the two really wiry hairs coming off of Ren's head and stuff, like
Nice.
their heart, No, it is a shame that he's such a piece of shit because that is such an amazing show. It just sucks. But it's like with most celebrities, you start digging in, most of them are pieces of shit.
Hold on, Chantel. Don't be stealing our thunder, all right?
I was going to say, I was like, oh, there's another one.
Yeah, because one of those is on mine too, actually.
Yeah, one of them is on mine as well.
Wait,
and they
wait.
should have both been on mine.
So there you go. Me and
They're
Hefty
both on mine, but
Well,
We,
fuck us running.
me and Hefty's stars are aligning, so that's number
That's
9
right.
for both of us.
So number 8.
All right,
Number
Tab.
number 8.
Number 8.
Wanna go
Number 8.
Yes, you go first. We'll go back into Roto now.
Oh, wait, I'm back to first.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
you're
you now.
Okay. So my number 8 is about a Stone Age family who may or may not have survived a nuclear war, and that's why they're in the new Stone Age. I'm talking about the Flintstones.
Yeah.
I fucking love the Flintstones as a kid. Everything about it, for some reason,
Arnie!
growing up, was just so great to me. And then when I got older and I found out they used to use them to sell cigarettes,
Yeah.
made it even better. And
Yeah,
I'm
the
like,
first
fuck
couple
the
seasons, yeah.
Flintstones, yo.
The,
I
But
love
they had the best vitamins, dude.
Yes, they
and
did. They
tasted
still
like
do.
the actual fruit, which was amazing at the time.
Yep.
the live action movie. What was her name? Elizabeth Perkins is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God! When she
Yeah,
came
she was
out,
a
yeah,
smoke
oh,
show.
I
Yep.
was like,
And then they got Rosie O'Donnell to play
Right.
fucking
Yeah.
Betty. And I
Betty,
was like,
I know, I was so
Betty was
disappointed.
supposed to be the hot whore,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
fucking.
That
I know,
Wilma, yeah.
I saw Elizabeth Perkins. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to see Betty. Oh God,
Yeah.
no.
And they get fucking John
Rick-
Goodman to play almost the best Fred you could get.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Rick Moranis was Barney, and I love Rick Moranis in anything. But we're jumping to live action, so we're kind of.
But Brontosaurus, I don't want the Brontosaurus burger. I want the Brontosaurus rib. The one
Yeah,
that
the
flips
ribs.
over the car.
Yeah. Well, that's
Well,
what-
I mean, the people who watch the Flintstones, they got to realize that is about the 50s. It's not about the Stone Age.
yeah.
It's the 50s life. So if
Well,
you ever want to
Barn,
go back
Austin beat
to the
Wilma
50s,
cousin.
I didn't know that.
yeah,
I learned new stuff because Flintstones really wasn't my thing. Like Hanna-Barbera was really not in my wheelhouse. Any of the Hanna-Barbera, like Huckleberry Finn and all that. Like,
Huckleberry Hound.
yeah,
Huckleberry,
Huckleberry Hound.
Finn would be Mark Twain.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. You know who I meant.
Yes,
hey, you don't want
yes.
to do a live reading of that on YouTube. I'm just saying.
Oh my darling.
I'll do it. I don't give a shit.
There's a couple of names in there. Never mind.
All right,
Yeah.
Hefty.
What am I on? My number
8.
Number 8. I have Darkwing Duck.
What's up?
God damn it.
Oh,
Because
that's
what's
my
up, Tui?
list, too.
Uh,
That's my number 5.
Darkwing Duck is my number 6.
Nice. We kind of grouped it together at least.
I loved the Disney afternoon. Like, and again, that's like the all-encompassing because I was like, oh, like I said with Chantal, I loved Chippendale's Rescue Rangers because Gadget, or whatever her name was, wow, right? The confusing boner. Am I right?
Gadget. That's.
And,
I'm not ruining my list, but that's on my list because Gadget was my first crush.
yeah, dude. Well, now hold on, because that has to do with my number 1 pick. But yeah, I love Darkwing Duck. I loved it. It was like Darkwing Duck, Chippendale's Rescue Rangers, Tailspin, and I think Bonkers.
Can you stop naming my entire fucking list? Let's just stick with one. One.
That's why I
You're
just
so
talk
good
about
sometimes,
why I like
but
it.
I
I get to
love-
the point that I shift it because if I keep talking, I'm gonna do
Darkwing
the same
Duck.
thing.
Let's
When there's
get
trouble, you call
dangerous.
BW.
Darkwing Duck.
Let's get dangerous.
So when it overlaps like this, are you guys just going to go ahead and talk about yours? Or are you going to wait till it?
Oh, we'll just talk about all the first one, then we'll just go through and say mine was this, whatever.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, so I'm done with Darkwing Duck. Great
I
show.
don't have any ducks on my list at all.
right.
I'll tell you guys that.
So Darkwing Duck, my favorite part of Darkwing Duck was actually Launchpad McQuack, dude.
Yes.
Like
There,
he was
Mr.
my
McGee.
favorite character. Goslin was a giant, annoying pain in the ass, but her little friend Booker,
Yes,
I
yes,
liked
the dirty
him.
one. Yeah, he was great.
And I am the shadow that flaps in the night. And who was your favorite Darkwing Duck villain?
Oh, the dude with the electric guy with the two things on his head. I forget
Yeah.
his name.
I don't remember his name either. That's not mine. But
That was
Yeah.
fine.
what about you, JJ? You remember any of them?
The alternate version of him, the one in the yellow jacket with the black cape and the red fedora. I fucking loved him.
It did look cool.
Right?
I
It was a good
I don't
look. It
remember.
was cool as fuck.
My favorite bad guy was it's a complete spin on Batman and Joker. Quacker Jack, dude. Quacker Jack was my favorite.
Forgot about Quacker Jack.
He had all
Forgot
like
about Quacker Jack.
see,
Yes.
and then Gizmo Duck did make appearances in Darkwing Duck as well. And I didn't see it on Disney because I was too poor to have Disney. It originally started as like the morning cartoons that happened before I went to school. So I'd wake up and watch like they had the Mighty Ducks cartoon, which is not on my list, and like that was a good show. And then they had like Gargoyles, and then Darkwing Duck, and then it was something else. I was already off school.
I feel so old, man. I'm like,
Well, no.
I've never watched Darkwing Duck.
Oh man.
I have a Darkwing Duck pop vinyl shirt, and I also
Not
have
yet.
a pop vinyl Darkwing Duck. Okay, so we are still on number 8. Jimmy, you're number 8.
All right, my number 8 is Norb and Daggett, the Angry Beavers.
Oh, I forgot
Angry
about the Angry
Beavers.
Beavers.
For some reason, that
Angry Beavers.
cartoon cracked me the hell up every time I watch it. It just seemed to always just situations that me and my friends would find ourselves in. And I had a guy that sounded exactly like Norb because he would scream. He'd be like, Jimmy, just like Norb would scream, Daggett, you know. And
That's funny.
it was just a perfect time cartoon because it reminded, just like Beavis and Butthead, it reminded me of one of my friends I had in the Air Force. So
Oh, I love Angry Beavers.
some
My
good member berries.
I remember. What
my
about you?
number 8
Mm-hmm.
is Bobby's World.
My name is Bobby.
Just
Remember that
because
one.
you don't remember Bobby's World?
it
Is
was
Howie
Howie Mandel.
Mandel played his dad, like did the voice, and he also did Bobby's voice. And then
Nope.
it's the first time I've ever like hated an accent. His fucking mom's like, knock me over with a wet noodle, don't you know? And I'm just like, I will fucking
Yeah,
punch
that
you.
Midwestern, like, oh yeah, you want to bag with that? Yeah,
But-
Bobby.
Bobby
Yeah,
was a
I
crack
watched it.
baby, dude. Everybody else looked normal. They were drawn normal. Everything was fine. Bobby had a giant fucking head,
Like
and his
Stewie
feet,
head, yeah.
his feet were fucking 3 times the size of his body. He had this short little body, kind of like Jimmy, you know?
Damn.
And
I do have a big head.
but I just said I watched Bobby's
And big
World
feet,
a lot, and that was one of my first cartoons where it like taught values and stuff that I started to actually understand the values of it growing up as a kid. So I really enjoyed it. Bobby's World, number 8.
That's a good number 8, bro. That's solid.
Nice.
And we're on to number 7. I
Number
believe.
7, JJ, number 7.
Number 7, we're about to roll out with the Transformers.
No,
Not the new shit.
roll
Fuck
out.
anything but old school, like you get the movie that came out, then they ran the show right afterwards. All of that is gold.
Starscream is my favorite Transformer. I love Starscream.
Starscream is mine. He's always been my favorite. When he's always like, that
So
fucking high
devious.
pitch I can't hit anymore. Oh man, he's so good.
Oh,
You know he
honestly,
would kill Megatron or anybody in a heartbeat just to get ahead. So that's why I like Starscream.
I
that
agree.
was my
He's
number
always
7,
so
actually,
great.
JJ.
Huh?
That was my number 7 as well, was Transformers. But I changed it at the last minute. It's funny. I still have it like, well, I don't want to bust the rest of it, but number 7 was Transformers. I scratched it out for my number 7. But again, that's pretty funny that we hit it on with somebody.
Transformers is not on my list because I can honestly say 100% I have never seen a Transformers cartoon.
Oh man,
Huh.
Really?
Okay.
I saw the movies. I stopped watching movies when the animals thing started coming out, and I was like,
Yeah, the Beast Wars or
yeah,
whatever.
I don't give
it
a
was.
fuck about that.
who was doing all that? Because it was like GI Joe and
Yeah.
Transformers and He Man. I
There's
think it was
Go
all
Boss, yeah.
Hasbro animation. Or something.
Yeah, it's all Hasbro, and all that stuff was created to make toys, to sell
Yeah.
toys.
Yep.
It's
Um,
cool.
yeah.
It worked.
But I don't have I guess if I have a favorite Transformer, I would just have to pick from the movie. Actually, I take that back. If you watch the newest Transformer, the animated one, the Prime whatever,
Transformers 1.
yeah, Transformers 1, and they're trying to go and find the Prime whatever. Bumblebee in that one is great, where he's like, "I'm Badassatron," and it was funny as fuck. But you should watch it; it's hilarious. I'm
That's the
Badassatron.
guy from Key and Peele, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's hilarious. I love that guy.
Not Jordan Peele, but the other guy.
Yep.
All right, Hefty, what you got?
Mine, well, like I said, was Transformers, but I changed it last minute to DuckTales.
Oh, that's
Cause-
my
Woo!
You know, every day they're out there making DuckTales.
Yeah, that's not
Woo.
realistic, though.
That is my number 7. You can't read it. It's my number 7.
Is it really?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Nice.
You guys got good taste.
Life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg.
Race cars, trains,
Just
aeroplanes.
airplanes, it's a duck blur.
What's
Comes all the
It's hard
mystery.
adults, I promise you. We are
Every
all
right
adults,
history.
but it's
DuckTales.
DuckTales.
Woo!
Bow, bow, bow. It's like the call and response.
Uh,
If somebody at your work goes DuckTales, the next thing I want to hear is a woo from somewhere.
Right. Poor Jimmy. He's not entertained by our duck jokes.
But you know, I love the DuckTales cartoon, but I also love the original NES DuckTales game. I played that shit a ton.
Sitting downstairs.
Who was my favorite person was the female witch duck chick that could turn into like the bird.
Yeah.
I don't remember her name though. She was my favorite bad guy besides the guy who was always trying to steal Scrooge McDuck's gold.
Yeah,
like-
Flint Heart Glomgold, I think was his name.
I don't know. I always beat him to the top of the rope at the end of the DuckTales
Oh, at the end of the
to
game,
get the
yes.
treasure.
Great game. The second one, not so great, but now we're getting into the territory.
That's
But yeah,
what they do.
DuckTales is, I love DuckTales again, was one of those Disney afternoon things. Loved it. That's
And,
my number 7.
By the way, he's a horrible uncle, by the way. He just lets his niece and nephews just run around and do whatever the fuck he wants. And he doesn't even give them money. He's stingy as fuck.
Yeah, he is stingy. Ed was voiced by the guy that starred in the Mr. Ed show back in the day. Alan,
I am Mr. Ed.
I can't think of the gent's last name. Long since passed on, but he was Wilbur in the Mr. Ed show.
Okay.
Jimmy remembers that because he's old as fuck, just like me.
Wilbur.
Yep.
They would put the stuff in that horse's mouth to make him
Yeah.
talk.
Yeah, my oh
I'd be
no.
offended by that. I'm not that old, but I know Mr. Ed.
Well, you're old. You're a grandpa, so you know.
Wilbur, get your butt off my back.
All right. So it's defaulted to me since you guys cross streams, right?
Yeah.
My number 7 has changed 3 times. But I've landed on Family Guy.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Like it is the sometimes it's the most annoying show and I fucking hate it, but when I love it, I fucking love it. You know, like Glenn Quagmire, and he's my favorite character on there. Just because there's always a Glenn Quagmire waiting to get your woman, so you know he keeps you honest.
Hey, Meg, 18 yet?
I like American Dad too, but I had to go with Family Guy. Roger on American Dad makes that show.
Yes.
But I lean towards Family Guy. Seth Green and Mila Kunis and all the voices in there.
Chris is my favorite character because I don't care about Seth Green and his politics and everything. I love Seth Green. I love Robot Chicken, which all that stuff, which isn't on my list, but I was saying like Robot Chicken, all the stuff that he does, and his voice for Chris when he does the deep, he's like, I can't do the voice. I wish I could.
Oh, it's Buffalo Bill. That's who he's doing.
Yeah, I just like it's so good. I
Yeah.
love. He is my favorite character.
And just the whole whatever cutscene concept for me. What do they call those? I
Yeah, like
don't
smash
know.
cuts, just like
Yeah,
they go and it's
just the weird random shit.
Yeah.
That's the funniest part to me.
Oh,
Usually,
no.
I'm not even invested in the stories that much. It's just a little
You
cutscenes.
want to see the cutaway jokes? Yeah.
Just the real weird shit they come up with. Seth MacFarlane, I like him. I hate him at the same time. Sometimes I can't fucking stand him. He seems pompous as shit. But sometimes he's funny as hell too. I haven't watched his Star Trek show either. I need
The
to
Orville.
It's
I really
I
enjoy
heard
the
it was
Orville.
fantastic.
I do. I watched it. It's good.
I always thought I came up with the greatest, and this was years ago. It was like the greatest Family Guy cutaway joke that they never did. It'd be like Peter being like, "Oh man, this is worse than that time I was playing Battleship with Shakespeare," and it shows Peter and Shakespeare, and they have their battleship set up, and he goes, "To be or not to be," and Peter just goes, "Ah." I always thought that would be great, but that's why I don't write cards.
You should film it.
I
I
know.
think it'd be fun.
Oh no! Someone ate all the Oreos.
Hey, Chris.
Chris, are these
Chris.
still warm
shoes? I
Is
love
that you?
you.
Is
I
that you,
love-
Mr. Herbert? I'm in the closet, Chris.
Mm,
Badass back
Chris,
over here.
it's so good. Chris, come over here and play with my balls.
Mr. Herbert, will you get out of my room, please?
I have to say, I love the Star Wars ones when he gets him up in the air and he's like, he's taking little using the
Yeah.
board. I laugh like a little girl.
I think those are the best like spoof Star Wars things. I like those better than I like Spaceballs, to be honest.
Aren't you a little fat to be a stormtrooper? Well, right, bitch.
Wow.
It's just because it's like humor that just like goes there.
Yeah.
And what were we on? We were on 7,
Seven,
right?
yep.
And I agreed DuckTales. We already talked
Yeah.
about DuckTales.
No Johnny Bravo yet, Chantel.
Hey there, mama.
Hey, mama.
Hey there, little mama. Oh,
That should have been on my list, but it's not.
All right, number 6. We already did mine because mine was Darkwing Duck. So you can skip me on this one. I'll just talk about whatever y'all got.
All right.
Well, I'll start it off with a small little show about a bear and another bear flying a fucking plane around, and they had the best, catchiest intro song ever. I'm going Tailspin.
Oh,
I
yeah.
Let's begin.
Dude, that show was so, like the
Get a
kid
bear,
on the
get it
fucking
when
little
you win.
sky surfer.
Oh,
cut
we
through the
oh,
clouds. I was like,
tailspin.
Oh, tailspin.
Tailspin. Through thick and thin with another tailspin.
Oh, we
Get it, let's begin it, bear. Get it when you win it.
Was that a? No, I'm thinking of Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. Yeah, I don't know Tailspin either. Was that Blue Bear?
Yeah, it was Baloo, yeah.
Okay.
So
Kid,
I'm telling you, Tailspin is my number 3.
okay.
Okay.
Because I always wanted to be Kit Cloud Kicker. I always wanted to be able to fly on a boomerang and jump off clouds. Turns out that's not fucking possible. They lied to me.
What's fucking cool? You're cutting through the clouds, right?
And I just spent many a time and being able to see all the characters from one day we're gonna have to do animated movies. And I just love everything from the Jungle Book, Shere Khan being the business guy, like, oh really? I'm sure I can't do the voice, it's too deep for me.
But
But
pretty good. That was a good attempt. I'll give you that.
and the Hire for Hire, the chick, I also had a crush on her growing up.
Rebecca,
Yeah,
she was,
Rebecca. She was a
yeah,
she was a slutty little bear, man.
she was.
Her that little pink top. Shit.
And then I always wanted to go and hang out at Louis' bar. Like
Yes,
I'm like, it was
yeah.
just so
That'd be
awesome.
fun.
And the Sea Duck.
The Sea Duck was like my catch onto that show because the plane looked so fucking cool, and they'd always like be getting shot at. They'd be bouncing on the water, then poof, right up you go, like fuck yeah, get you all pumped for it.
But I did love. I even own the complete series on Blu-ray. So
Nice.
and Devin didn't really care much for it. I'm not gonna say what is next because we might talk about it in a list. So I won't talk about the other show that I'm ready for her to watch.
No worries.
All right.
Thanks, buddy.
So it's on Jimmy now?
No, it's you.
It's on you.
Oh, is it me? Oh, 6 is for me was He-Man, and the Masters of the Universe.
Yeah.
The original one. Mainly because Prince Adam. Are you kidding me? Who knew I'd grow up to be the real one, right? Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Have a couple of seasons of it in the old fuck box back there or whatever.
Nobody will ever recognize me. I've got
yeah.
the loincloth on there.
Yeah, I don't look like a pussy anymore. No, I look like a fucking, I don't know.
You look like a biker.
Yeah, I look like a biker masochist or something like that. But absolutely loved it. Was one of those, like we were talking about before, where it was like, Transformers and all this like Korean animation and stuff. But it loved, absolutely loved Masters of the Universe, Skeletor, and I loved the toys. It was
I watched She-Ra a lot. I always lean towards the heroines, but the little thing that would always hide in the She-Ra, like you would find they had the one little character that was always hidden in one scene. They'd be like, you would have to find the one little character in She-Ra, and that fucking got me hooked just trying to find the damn character throughout the show. I can't even remember what it was called, but it would always be hidden like off in the corner or hiding behind something.
I've never watched He-Man. I all I know from He-Man is the stupid song with the He-Man animation, and then people using Skeletor for memes. Because for a while there, I was big on Skeletor memes.
Yeah, I like the She-Ra. What was the bad guy's name?
Hell yeah, you can be my She-Ra. Hell yeah.
Oh, I'm sensing the cosplay in the future.
I'm saying, dude, right? Only weren't they brother and sister? That's a little weird.
Were they? Yeah,
I think so. Wasn't She-Ra brother or sister of Prince Adam?
What was the?
I hope not.
Was it Tila?
He-Man, yeah.
She could do Tila or whatever her name was. Yeah, the Man at Arms daughter. Is her name Tila?
I don't know. There we go. Always hope for one of those every show. Well, shit. Because I've done my job, boys.
Favorite He-Man character, Hefty, besides Prince Adam?
Favorite He-Man character, probably
Hammer Fist.
No, I'm probably gonna go with. I mean, it's easy to go Skeletor, but I mean, I'd probably go like Stinkor, the skunk guy, or whatever his name was.
Triclops was my favorite.
Triclops was good, only because I grew up to be him.
Yeah.
Only I smell good.
Hey, Vanessa Kitty.
Not bad. Hi, Vanessa.
Hey, Vanessa Kitty. The reason I got hooked on He-Man was because those toys were originally Conan toys. They developed those toys to be Conan from the movie Conan the Barbarian. And then Conan the Barbarian came out and they realized, oh shit, we can't make toys based on this bloody ass movie. So Conan became He-Man.
He-Man. No kidding.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
That's why they're all jacked and ripped and shit.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Kevin Smith got a hold of it and fucked it all up and made it.
Yeah, but there's a new one. There's a new one coming. If you haven't seen it, there's a new live action one coming.
Oh yeah. It's got
Skeletor is the best actor on the planet. The best actor.
Wasn't Dolph Lundgren in the first one?
He was. Yep.
Yeah,
he was.
I have seen the original movie. I saw the original old school movie.
My first mullet ever was inspired by Dolph Lundgren as He-Man.
Nice. Super smart guy, by the way, Dolph Lundgren.
MIT, yeah.
He's a rocket scientist, literally.
Yeah.
And fuck Jared Leto, by the way. Anyway.
There it is.
Yeah, Travis, I'm Skeletor now.
Yeah, you ever heard of 30 Seconds to Mars? Yeah. Fucking hate that guy. Such a fucking actor.
All right, so is it my number 6 now?
What if he's really good? Like, that's what he's good at.
I just want to see the He-Man. When I wake up in the morning.
All right, I'm pulling up my first old man cartoon, Bugs Bunny and Roadrunner. And specifically anything that had Daffy Duck in it. Daffy Duck was my favorite Warner Brothers cartoon character. Looney Tune, the whole rabbit season, duck season. That's probably one of the funniest bits that was ever been in cartoons. And the shame of it now is if people go and try to watch them, they get all these edited, cut down versions. They took out all the good shit.
Remember
but
when cartoons used to be able to be racist and awesome?
Yes.
not just that, like they
And
would
violent.
blast each other in the face with shotguns and fucking,
Shovels.
hot irons through the feet and stuff like that. But
Kill the wabbit, kill the wabbit.
for me, for traditional Saturday morning cartoons, that was the highlight. If you got up in time to catch the Bugs Bunny and Roadrunner show, because they would show some of the more modern stuff from the 70s, then they would go back and show some of the older stuff too. And I love everything about the Looney Tunes. I never really got into Tiny Toons and all that stuff later on. I watched some of it, but
saw
the
the
Looney
Travis eyebrow
Tunes, the old classic Looney Tunes, Foghorn Leghorn and the dog.
I said, boy. I said, boy.
I'll say-
Roadrunner, Coyote, and anytime that Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck were fighting, those were my favorite shows. So
They were
That's a
good.
good pull. That was a good shout.
What about when they were in Who Framed Roger Rabbit in the piano battle?
yeah,
That was great.
That was Donald Duck and Daffy
Yeah.
Duck, but it was still.
Yeah, it was.
and
It
you know
was
what,
still awesome.
Donald Duck is my favorite Disney character. Like I love pissed off ducks, and both of them get extremely pissed off about things. They're like Ren. Daffy Duck was pretty much Ren before Ren.
Yeah.
Ren and Snippy.
Or Red Bull.
Like the one.
Ah, there it is. I was waiting for it.
Yeah, the one cartoon where the animator's fucking with Daffy Duck and he's erasing him and shit and drawing different bodies on.
Yeah,
him.
and puts his mouth to the side and stuff like that. Yes, always loved that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm Yosemite Sam.
Yosemite
What's up,
Sam,
Jesus?
that's
How's it
that.
going,
Yes.
dude?
Yosemite Sam. Yeah.
And I also I remember like the Looney Tunes the most from like the preview like cartoons from like the original Batman when it was like the Warner Brothers symbol and stuff. It had Bugs Bunny on it, and then they also did the commercial where like Daffy Duck was talking to Alfred and stuff, and it was actually a Diet Pepsi commercial, but it was
I
also for
remember
the
that.
movie.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
It was crazy because it's all Warner Brothers and they did it all.
We'll see if
Yeah,
I can do it.
Roger Rabbit, when they brought them all together in Roger Rabbit, man,
Yeah.
for me, that was like universes colliding.
It was the first time that had ever happened. That was
That
the
would be
first
like
time that had ever
If
happened.
Wolverine showed up in the new Superman movie, you'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
It's
yep.
same kind of
It
thing.
just
yeah.
fucking sticks him in the
Yeah.
stomach. and
Bye,
walks away.
Pamela. Thanks for
Bye,
coming.
Pam. Thank you.
Have a great night, Pam.
Oh boy, here we go. Now, since y'all keep taking my fucking list, I'm gonna go next because I'm gonna go with my number 5. All right.
So my number 5, because people keep taking my shit and I have nothing to talk about, is fucking Tiny Toons, dude. I love Tiny Toons. Buster and Babs Bunny,
They're toony. You're all a little
loony. And in this cartoony, we're
We're
invading
invading
your
your
TV.
TV.
Didn't they
At
get drunk in
University,
an
we are to
episode?
degree.
What's that?
Didn't they get drunk in an episode? Like they had
Oh,
a
yeah,
beer?
yeah. And my favorite one was Plucky Duck. So you got Plucky,
Oh, it is.
and
It is.
and that was Rob. I swear to Christ, Jesus.
Mhm.
But
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh,
Motherfucker. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
all right. Anyway, so but you had Plucky Duck, but then they had the baby Plucky, where it was the elevator go up, elevator go down. And it was just thing, and it was also the introduction to Elmira, which she is my daughter's favorite character. I'm gonna love you and hug you and kiss you and squeeze you, and you'll be mine forever and ever and ever. And so Tiny Toons is my number 5.
Weirdly enough, my mom actually used to do that to my younger brother because of that show, because he was younger than me. She'd scoop him up and like squeeze him like that, like, I'm gonna love you and pet you, and he'd be like, put me down, and I'd just be on the floor laughing.
It's like, Mom, I'm 17. This is weird.
No, well, at that point she couldn't, because we all dwarfed my mom at that point. She's only 4'11".
Are
so
we
I
on
was
number
taller than
number
my mom.
5 now, right?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
on number 5.
Well, let's go backwards. So Jimmy, what's your number 5?
Mine is Batman. No, I'm just kidding. It is
I would have been you, mother.
my number 5 is Dragon Ball Z.
Ooh.
Mm.
Kakarot.
The dragon.
I remember when Funimation brought that over, and my kids were, I don't know, like 10 or 11 at the time. We watched that from start to finish, and it took fucking years because Funimation couldn't keep up. And you would get to a certain point in this whole series, like a fucking 10 episode of One Spirit Bomb, and they would fucking start over because they caught up to where they were in the animation. Then you'd have to start all over and watch this shit. But it took us years to watch the whole thing, and we loved it. Perfect payoff. I like the Frieza saga for sure. That's like some of the best storyline ever. Then the Cell saga was pretty good. The Boo saga was okay. The best thing about the Boo saga was Vegeta when he was Majin Vegeta to try to catch up to Goku. I have not watched the modern day Dragon Ball, whatever it's called now,
Budokai
or whatever. Yeah,
Or some shit like that.
it seems like now it's kind of getting to ridiculous points,
But I started watching after Z. Like I haven't watched any of the other shows or the movies that come after. I mean, I know it's all intertwined together, but I just haven't kept up with it.
Vegeta is my favorite character, and then after that, it's Master Roshi. Those are my
Every time I see Jimmy doing push-ups, I imagine he's like Vegeta in the capsule with like the 500 times gravity, and he's like, "I gotta beat Kakarot."
That's a good.
It's over 9,000.
I'm the Prince of all Saiyans.
Now you've cracked my secret, but yeah.
I didn't figure you for an anime guy. All right, Jimbo. All right.
Oh no.
He's the one that tells me what animes to watch.
I've been watching the anime since it was called Japanimation. Remember
That's
those
true.
days?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Bubblegum Crisis, Akira.
Yeah.
We're way ahead on time. So,
Yes.
Real quick, favorite anime from back in the day. Like, what's your favorite one to watch? Like, I don't know, you got like Vampire Hunter D and those sort of
Yes.
things.
Series or movie?
Movies. Like favorite anime movie.
Oh, Akira for me, definitely Akira.
Yeah,
Ninja Scroll.
Yeah.
Ninja Scroll.
You go and watch the animation on Akira and think that they did that shit, in the early '80s before there was no computer animation in that.
Yeah, Bubblegum Crisis. There was a lot of the Blue Girl. Wow. That's venturing into hentai territory. So
yeah.
I actually, my favorite one I saw as a kid, and I just recently rewatched it with Devin, and I still love it. It's was it Shinjitsu Demon City or Monster City?
Yeah.
I can't remember. Oh, it is one of the best animes I've ever seen. But anyway, we got distracted. We're still on number 5, and I gotta get in more practice with getting
Number
my
5.
gravity turned up so I can get swole.
So whose number 5 is it now?
Yours.
Oh, it's mine? Oh shit. Okay. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because duh.
Teenage Mutant. What number is that on yours, Travis? 2?
It was number 2 on mine. That's what I was like. I wasn't ready. I had a good intro. I was ready to do it, and no.
It's not on my list.
Oh.
But okay, all right. I'll save that question.
No, I love it. I've watched it. I had the turtle blimp as a kid. I was the one that had all the turtle toys. I did have the turtle blimp. I had the turtle van. And my favorite bad guy, the action figure, was the Rat King. He just looked the coolest out of all of them. The Rat King looked the coolest. I have that too.
Nice.
Favorite episode: Attack of the Pizza Monsters. The meatballs, the aliens. Yep.
Yes.
My favorite one.
That was a good one.
I couldn't get into the animated series that much because I had the original comics.
Oh,
and, if you had the original comics and then you saw the animated series, it was like,
they watered it down like crazy. Yeah. They made it
ultra violent in the comics. Yeah.
Yep.
And they all had red.
Red bandanas. Yeah. And it was all black and white too.
Yeah.
For the most part. Yeah, that was gritty.
But Leonardo's my favorite.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go with Michelangelo just because that makes sense. For me at least.
Pizza dude.
Well, it depends. If I'm playing a game,
Yeah.
turtle game is Donatello is my go-to because he's got
the reach. Yeah, he's got the
Yep.
most.
Like
that
the original
3D
Ninja
gag.
Turtle game where he jumped up on the top and he did the downward thrust to rock steady as he's running against the wall. Which I never beat that game, by the way, even with the Game Genie.
I don't think anyone ever did. That game is impossible to beat.
Oh, you can.
Yes, they did.
I watched people speed run it. I watched it just the other week. It was like 43 minutes, and they
it's
speed ran the whole
wild.
game.
That.
Didn't they make some weird? Never mind. Yeah.
But if we're just talking about turtles from the cartoon, yeah, Michelangelo, dude. It's just that's my go-to because that's who I wanted to be growing up.
Leonardo, because he had the swords. You know, I'm a katana guy. I've got a whole wall full of them. So, and he had the whole shit together. Yeah, you know, you got Ralph as a fucking asshole, Donatello's a nerd, and Michelangelo's just a fucking nimwit. And you got Leonardo trying to hold all this shit together.
I mean, Raphael is cool, but he's rude.
Yeah, Michelangelo is a party dude. Party!
They would all be dead without Leonardo's leadership.
I don't know, dude. Look at the last Ronin. Look at the last Ronin. Who's the only one alive there? I'm sorry, Michelangelo, because everybody else was dead.
You should have said spoiler.
But I also, when I watched that, one of my other favorite bad guys is Baxter Stockman. I really want them to do Baxter Stockman like live action, where he actually transforms into the Fly thing,
like Jeff Goldblum style.
Yeah, and I want him to be smart and talk, but be like that. And then he'd have his Mausers and everything going after him. It'd be fucking sweet. They have the technology that can do it today.
About the Casey Jones. You guys like Casey Jones?
Yes.
Casey Jones?
You should see Sam's Casey Jones mask he made. Yeah, have him send you a picture of that thing. That thing is badass. A whole basket of comics in the toilet.
And you guys know the connection between the Mutant Turtles and Daredevil, right?
Yes. No, I have no idea. I just thought
the same chemicals that splashed in Daredevil's face are the ones
from TGRI.
They are the ones that leaked into the sewer to make the turtles. That's why Daredevil fights the hand and the turtles fight the foot.
I call bullshit.
I'm calling
Look it up. Google it up right now. Google it up right now.
If we, I'm writing it down.
Canon. It is canon. They are.
Canon.
That's wild. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
If we have time, I'm going to look it up. We're going to pull it up.
And
it can't be from Wikipedia.
Yeah. Yes, it can.
No, Wikipedia is edited by anybody.
It can be. Yes, it can be, but there's a lot of truths in it. Anyway, I got to grab a beer. I'll be right back.
All right.
So we have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. No, you still got your number 5.
He took my number 2, and my number 5 is we already did it. Darkwing Duck. So that's why I was like, are we number 4? Because now I don't have anything else.
All right.
I swear to Christ, if anybody takes Batman before me, because y'all know that's my number 1, I'm gonna fucking be pissed.
It's mine too, so nobody else better fucking do it. I figured you and I would have it at number 1. That's why I wasn't worried about it. I was like,
from Screen Rant right here.
Share the screen and he'll pull it up.
Hold on.
So we got time because we went to go grab a beer.
There's the window. Sure.
All right. Thanks to the popular Netflix Daredevil series, fans know all about the eerie accident that blinded Matt Murdock and gave him a radiation-spawned super senses while walking home from school one day. Blah, 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 blah. Hit by a truck, being left forward, safety blinded, Matt discovered. All right, scroll down. What is not so commonly known is that it became a radioactive canister after it struck Matt's eyes. Although most Marvel fans believe it simply rolled away into obscurity, fans of early independent comic books from the 1980s know the sludge performed one final act, namely mutate for
Baby Turtles.
Yes, as incredible as it might seem, the first issue of the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle reveals the same ooze that gave the Marvel spawn. How do they know it's the same ooze?
That's
scroll down. In truth, there's influence of the Teenage Mutant sketches. Early 1980s. So what it turns out, the Ninja Turtles just stole their fucking ideas and just changed it slightly.
No, they borrowed them.
Yeah, it's like I said, the comic books, it was written into the comic books That is why the Ninja Clan is the foot in the Turtles, and it's the hand that Daredevil fights. Because Daredevil's up above where the hands are, and they're down in the sewers where the feet are.
You know what?
There you
I
go.
don't even care. I still don't agree with it. Nope, I still don't agree because they just took something that was already written. They're like, hey, we're gonna make our own spinoff. Hey, remember that canister that everybody was like, what the fuck happened to it? We're gonna make it to where, because I never saw any TGRI or anything on the barrels in the comic books or any of that stuff.
Yeah, but that's how the Ninja Turtles came to be. It was written that way.
Because I thought Matt Murdock's stuff was in a giant barrel, not the canister. Right?
Maybe it fell off the truck. It was already in a barrel. The barrel fell and it rolled. Oh no! Same stuff because it's in condensed form, not barrel form.
I still call bullshit, but you know, to each their own. Y'all believe the conspiracies if you want. It's a bunch of horse shit, and I think I've heard that before, and even though I just read it, I still don't want to believe it because I would like to think that they're more original, that came up with their own stuff and not cheat the system. And
there is hardly any original ideas in any of this.
Well, I'm just saying, from IDW and Marvel, like that's stealing from. That's like saying that Superman all of a sudden like has technology to Spider-Man's web shooters. Like it doesn't make sense. It's supposed to be completely different universes. Because if that's the case, why the fuck are the Ninja Turtles having to fight people in New York if Daredevil's there?
Because they're fighting the people in the sewers.
Because they're a part of the foot part, not the hand part.
I'm just saying, it doesn't make sense canonically with any of the comics. I mean, it makes sense because like, oh, the ooze, but I'm just saying it doesn't make sense to be in the same universe. Sorry.
Well, that was the connection between the two comics when the Ninja Turtles were originated in the comics.
Everybody's just sitting like, y'all are a bunch of fucking nerds. I'm like, yeah, we are.
Pretty much.
Like, I reject your reality and insert my own.
Hell
We
yeah,
got 4 people watching with only 3 thumbs up. What the hell is going on?
That's
There's
crazy.
4 thumbs up.
Everybody else.
I had to refresh. I got 5 thumbs up now with 4 people watching. I think we scared them off with Daredevil.
There's 5 people watching.
Maybe.
All right, what number are we on?
5. JJ's number 5.
Yeah.
My number 5 was Darkwing Duck, but we already talked
Oh.
about it.
All right, number 4. Let's go back.
4
would be the Fox Kids Spider-Man show that had the best intro, the best Peter.
It's my number 4 too.
That's wild. That's why we're friends. Holy shit!
This is why exactly we're friends.
I knew there was going to be a lot of overlappage in our lists.
Oh,
Now-
love it.
I like how it brought a lot of other Marvel characters and stuff in because back in my day it was Spider-Man and his amazing friends.
Yeah.
And the only thing we ever got was like a fucking X-Men came in one time for like one, and they did like one special thing for it. And I stayed up till 3:30 in the fucking morning to catch that shit on TV. Yeah.
So the only problem I had with the Spider-Man cartoon, of course, it's made for Fox Kids, so a lot of stuff was edited. They had Morbius drink blood, but they wouldn't allow blood to be seen or him biting people. So he had suckers like fucking octopus on his hand, and he would suck out. And I'm like, that's the stupidest fucking thing ever. But I really that was my big intro because I wasn't into comics really when that came out. Like I wasn't like collecting, and I actually was introduced to your fucking hoodie Venom from the animated series.
Oh, nice.
The
He's so
Lethal
good.
Protector.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, I love Spider-Man so much, and when they did the whole. I love it when they had To Be Continued, and that was the black suit Spider-Man. It was a 3-episode arc, and each episode we were like, and then on episode 4 or the end of episode 3 is when Eddie Brock became Venom, and then the next episode was the Venom episode. It was so good.
Did Stan Lee do like an intro or anything on that one? I don't remember. Because like in the old Spider-Man, it would always be like, "Hello, true believers," you know,
I
like.
don't remember if he did an intro, but I know in the very last episode of the show, he comes to our world, swings Stan Lee around, and like it's still all drawn and whatnot, but he swings him around and they talk the whole time. He goes, "Oh, I thought you were just an idea in my head." He goes, "No, Stan, like we're real in this verse and that verse and so forth and so on." But it's like a really cool moment because it's like that first shot from the comic. He's got Stanley under his arm and he's just like, so that's pretty cool.
And I did have a crush on Mary Jane in that show too.
When I was a kid, Marvel was just barely hanging on by a thread, right? And Stan Lee was the only thing keeping it together. And it was so fucking hard to find anything Marvel, like toys or anything back then.
Yeah.
And nowadays it's fucking everywhere, right? Like you can't walk through Walmart without tripping on some Marvel shit. But just anything you could find back in, like the little 3-inch rubber thing, the little action figures. Like anything you could find back in those days was super special because there just wasn't much fucking Marvel merch out there at all. And nowadays, I mean, people are pretty spoiled on it because you got all these Diamond Select action figures and shit, and just everything's Marvel. But my fear is that it's overdone now. Like nobody gets excited about Marvel cartoons and stuff anymore. So,
yep, there you go.
Stan the man.
Oh yeah.
Excelsior.
Everybody asked me who my favorite Marvel villain was. It was Stan Lee's helper and homekeeper for the end of his days.
Yeah. Fuck that guy.
By far and away. Fuck.
Give me 5 minutes with that motherfucker.
I'm saying.
Come out alive.
My number 4 is, and I'm taking there's a wide swing on this one, but there's so much and so many levels to this show. That if anybody hasn't watched it, I absolutely recommend
Hi, Kayla.
you go back and watch it. What's up, Kayla? Is Adventure Time, which was on Cartoon Network. And it was, I was in my 30s when that came out, but it was
Adventure Time. Come on,
grab your friends. You know what I mean? But it's so cartoons have progressed to a certain point. Maybe it's always been this way, and where it's like more appealable to both adults and kids. And they, Adventure Time was one of those ones where it had so many layers to it, and the storyline just got so deep. And they had their very whimsical episodes, but there were so many just like wow episodes, and just like holy shit, like that was pretty intense, as far as those go. And it was just always very entertaining. It had Stephen Root on it. Who played Finn's dad in a bunch of episodes, and it had one of my favorite voice actors of ever. Guy that does Bender. John DiMaggio, fantastic voice actor, and he did Jake and a bunch of other voices on it and stuff. But I loved that show. Loved that
also
show.
The Brood Witch.
Yes, he was also the Brood Witch. Yes,
but it was post-apocalyptic. Most people don't realize that.
Yeah. Yep.
In all the backgrounds and shit, you can see all the remnants.
All of Earth. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah.
So kind of like the Flintstones,
Yeah.
It's funny you talk about a cartoon you watched as an adult, and it had adult stuff in it. It's in my honorable mentions, but Teen Titans Go, man.
Yes,
I laugh at Teen Titans Go so much. And I'm just like, I love Robin in that show.
Yes.
Like, I'm a cage tiger.
Yes.
Travis is very much Robin from Teen Titans Go.
I agree.
Fuck all y'all.
We mean it in the nicest way possible, but I can see that.
Using your jazz hands.
They're my baby hands.
My baby hands.
Waffles. I
It
love
was
that
Raven, and what was the other girl's name? The
Starfire.
Starfire, yeah.
I will also pet the kitties.
Yes. Oh, that was such a great show.
I like that. Raven.
How about so I just went with my number 4. Jimbo, what's your number 4?
Going back old school again, the old original Robotech. I watched that from the first series all the way through the third series, and again, it was like Dragon Ball Z. you're talking years and years and years to complete this shit because we didn't have DVDs and VHSs and all that stuff back then. But I watched that from start to finish, and it took me years. And at the end, when the little girl who's like the hybrid alien thing kind of saves the world and stuff, like it was like the final episode of Dragon Ball Z when Goku went Super Saiyan and defeated Frieza. Like it was just years and years of payoff. So yeah, Robotech, another anime.
Do you watch One Piece, Jimmy, or no?
No, I the modern animes. It's kind of like Marvel, right? Like I was watching animes before animes were cool. Now that they're cool, there's just
hipster Jimmy coming out.
Yeah, there's just too much shit out there. It's like it's everything. The last kind of one I got into that the kids were watching was that Hetalia. I don't know if you've ever watched that, where all the different countries of the world are portrayed by these different characters, and it's all based on World War II shit. Like
that explains the hit part of that.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then for me personally, like the Excel saga was like the last really crazy stupid. It's one of those kind of like bo where it's just fucking outrageous and stupid. I don't know if you've ever watched bo, but where
that sounds so familiar.
He's got the big blonde afro and he fights people with his nose hairs and shit. And like it's the craziest shit. I highly recommend if you like just insane anime, Bo and the Excel saga.
By the way, my wife loves Teen Titans Go too. And baby, can you believe they said that I'm Robin?
Yeah,
that's
dude.
fucking bullshit.
And we stand by it.
The Magic episode is one of the greatest episodes.
That is a great episode.
But my favorite episode is actually the hot sauce episode where they eating the hotter peppers as they go, and they have to go and get the giant milk from the giant cow, whatever, to quench their thirst because Raven does. Sorry. Anyway.
What was I love the one with the song, like it was like the tape. It was like I'm gonna have to look it up and find that. God damn it! I'll send it in the group chat or some shit. But
yeah,
that was one of my favorite episodes. So that's a good pull. And I'd never heard of Robotech, Jimbo. So right on. I'll have to check that out.
So Transformers, BattleTech, all of that shit was born out of Robotech.
Okay,
that was the original.
Well, it sounds like the name rings a bell. I just have never seen it, or I'm not very familiar with it.
They all flew in jets that turned into robots, and and then the season 3, the kind of the final season, they all had vehicles that turned into robots and stuff.
Okay.
So this was pre-Transformers. It's old as shit, but like before Transformers, there was this, and all of their jets are like F-14, so they all remind me of Starscream, and I think that's why Starscream is my favorite Transformer. So.
Okay. How about you, Trev? What's your number 4, buddy?
My number 4 was Spider-Man. We already talked about it.
Oh, we redid that one. Right. You went with that. Sorry. All right. So, JJ, I guess that's back to you for a number trace. That's 3.
3? Oh, crap. Hold on.
I speak the good Spanish. I speak the good Mexican.
Buongiorno.
3 is a show about a grandpa and his grandson going on journeys across the multiverse. Rick and Morty. I don't know what it is about it, but I could binge watch that every day.
I have not watched any of the stuff with that Justin Roiland.
Once Justin Roiland was gone, I stopped watching. Because I don't like Morty's new voice. I don't like any of that. I just like it sucks. I'm done.
I haven't watched any of the new stuff since he got canned, so I don't know what happened. But everything before that is so great.
The season finale where Rick turns himself in when they're on the tiny planet, and then he's in the giant space prison, and then the season premiere of the next season when he fucking destroys all that shit. Like that's some of my favorites right there.
Your favorite episode?
Yeah.
My favorite episode is the Purge planet. Where and then all of a sudden, like Morty
shoot your fucking head off, Rick.
Oh jeez.
No, just rolling. And I love his voice in the games. That one game that we played, the catching the little whatever.
Oh, yeah.
That was a great game.
Yeah, he had some awesome games. I did like the little the adventure one that where Morty got to pick the adventure, and it was with the giants. Remember, they accidentally killed the one giant guy, then they ended up at the bar. It's with the Jelly Bean King.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just let it happen.
You
All right.
geez.
Hefty, what is your number 3?
My number 3 is Muppet Babies.
Muppet Babies.
Yeah.
They'll do the same for when your room looks
Oh.
kind of weird.
I can do that one.
You weren't there.
When your world looks kind of weird and you wish that you were there, just close your eyes, sit next to me, and you can be
Muppet.
anywhere. Muppet.
Muppet Babies.
Babe.
And Monsters too.
Muppet Babies. I love Muppet Babies.
Love
And
Muppet Babies. It was great. Not only was it animation, but it also did a lot. It incorporated a lot of live action stuff from older, like public domain movies and some contemporary movies,
Yeah.
which I thought was genius. And it just kind of added to the whole imagination and whimsy of that whole show. And I love that you never saw Nanny. You just saw her green and white, like striped feet. It's like adults in all the old school cartoons, like the Tom and Jerry cartoons, like, you know, the owners. You never saw their faces. You just saw that from like kneecap down.
Like,
You know what I mean? It was just
what was
kind of
it, Cow and Chicken's mom and dad?
yeah, Cow and Chicken. You know,
But
Tom
that was
and Jerry,
also
like-
Looney Tunes back in the day with
Yeah.
Sylvester and Tweety. They
you
never showed
saw
the people.
Yeah.
You got to see Granny though, like when Granny.
Right, but she was
The
never,
Granny's a character.
yeah, she's a character.
Yeah.
She was never. Well, I mean, I guess the all people are characters too. But you know, like I love that you never. So, but anyway, Muppet Babies was great. That's one of those ones I got to get on DVD. I want to get all of them. Oh my god, and I can't believe. Oh shit. So, oh fuck. No, I'm gonna have an honorable mention for this one.
Kermit the Frog here.
The frog here. Kermit, what do we do now? Waka waka.
I'll have to send you my creepy Kermit I painted a while back.
Okay.
A few years ago, yeah.
Together.
It was a digital one, but yeah, I got a creepy Kermit doing his crazy wave thing.
Yay!
Yeah.
Oh,
Jimmy, number 3.
All right, number 3. Yet another old ass cartoon from the late 60s and the early 70s. Flash Gordon. It's another one of those slow burn, long fucking time to watch.
Did they have the same intro song? as
No,
the movie?
no. This was
So it's not
This was
Flash.
before. Yeah, no. This
He'll save every
cartoon.
one of us.
Yeah, I watched that whole series of cartoons, and that's what got me so excited about the movie. And like, that's why the movie's one of my favorite movies ever.
Sam Jones.
There's nothing else that looks like fucking Flash Gordon. But Flash Gordon was a knockoff of Buck Rogers. But Flash Gordon's better. I don't care. I'll die on that cross. Flash Gordon kicks Buck Rogers' ass. And I do love Buck Rogers too, but Flash Gordon and Ming the Merciless, like you watch it for years and years, and they finally have their big epic sword fight at the end of the series. Just loved everything about it. I love the Hawkman. Prince Voltan is one of my most favorite characters of all time.
Voltan.
I'm 100% gonna have to check that out. What's up,
Yeah.
Sweet D? Hi, Jackie boy. Jackson. What's up,
It's
Papa?
it's a good 100+ episodes. So it's a long ride, man, but it's good.
We might have to do like a watch party and just like kind of watch some of them.
Oh, that would be
That'd be
fun.
dope.
We each take like one night. We each take an episode from one of our favorite cartoons and we watch it with each other on that night. Oh fuck, that sounds like a really
The
good
old
time.
serial reels from
sounds
like the
fun.
20s and 30s. I watched those too. You know, Flash
sure.
Gordon.
That
But,
was when we were born.
yeah, yeah. But no,
He's like,
I think
I remember when there was movies with no words in it, and they were called
Yeah.
talkies.
There were only 3 channels when I was young.
I remember walking in. I'm like, "Where's the band set to play the music
Yeah,
at?"
that's right.
But no, it was produced, I think, in the 60s, and it was the 70s by the time I watched it when I was a little kid. But good shit. Good shit. It's a
Okay.
good classic cartoon. Really well animated. No, and it's not like anything else you'll watch.
Okay. All right. Tav, how about you, buddy?
So my number 3 was Tailspin, but we've already talked about that. So I'm going to jump to number 2 before somebody steals my number 2.
All right.
Depends on what your number 2 is.
Number 2
Tailspin? What is that?
is Rescue Rangers. Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers is my favorite.
Wait. You don't know.
Sometimes some crimes go slipping through the cracks,
but these two gum shoes, they're
picking up the slack. There's no case too big, no case too small. When you need help, just call Chip and Dale. Yeah, we don't care. We're nerds and we accept it.
Which one was Magnum PI and which one was Indiana Jones?
Dale was Magnum PI. Chip was the one that Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
But actually, Gadget was actually my first crush. But my favorite character on that whole show was Monterey Jack. He was always
Monterey Jack's the name.
Cheese.
And
also another honorable mention of that show is Zipper. Zipper was a great character.
Zipper.
And
come on, Mike.
Rats.
And
they're called Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers. They're friggin' God damn it.
no, it's not a strip show.
There was a bunch of mice that were rescuing.
Chip and Dale.
No, Chip and Dale are chipmunks. Gadget was a mouse.
What a mouse.
Monterey Jack was a rat. And there's friend Zipper
was a fly.
Yeah.
And
bow ties.
the best episode, my favorite episode, is the Hounds of the Baskerville episode where he's acting like Dale is acting like he's Sherlock Holmes, and he's got the magnifying glass. That's my favorite episode, just because that's where I first learned about the Hounds of the Baskervilles when I was a kid, and I read the story later. And I was like, I love it.
Chip and Dale,
Hell
the
yeah.
second best chipmunk cartoon out there.
Yeah, I hear
Yeah.
Chip and Dale, and that's not what I think.
It's Chip and Dale's, not Chippendale. And hi, sweetie, don't beat me up.
2 separate words.
All right.
So which
was-
order are we going in now? You want me to go?
Let's go backwards, yeah.
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
go backwards.
So my number 2 is not an old one. It is the Squidbillies.
Oh, don't touch the trim.
Squidbillies.
You get off my porch.
Get off my porch, Granny. Ah.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
the Squidbillies.
Fucking Squidbillies. That
Daddy.
show cracks me up to no end. It's Rusty. Damn it, Daddy. Yeah, just
Hello, Daddy. He's got the mullet.
early Kyler. And it's another one of those situations where Unknown Henson, the guy that voices early Kyler, he got in trouble for making some remarks about Dolly Parton and got all political and shit. And as
Yep.
punishment, they replaced him with Tracy Morgan for the last few episodes.
Which
and it was horrible.
not
It
great.
was like,
Yeah.
why? But
Oh.
it is a character.
Tracy Morgan.
Nobody
Uh,
thinks I'm funny than I do, Liz
Look at my
Lemon.
moms.
Unknown
Hi.
Henson is still a great act. He's still a great guitarist. I love his music, and you either get it or you don't get it. And whether he was doing that shit in character, or if that was really him, I don't care.
You hate it.
I love the Squidbillies. It is one of the most entertaining things of all time. It's got Dana Snyder in it
Yeah.
as
That's
Grandma,
Granny. Yeah.
as Granny, and he is one of my
Yeah.
favorite voice actors of all time. I just everything about it, and Dan Halen, his boss. I can't
Dan
remember
Halen. I
the voice.
forgot about that.
Yeah,
Dan Halen. I forgot.
yeah,
Yay.
Dan Halen is the best villain of Adult Swim history, I think. So, like, I love Dan Halen. Just everything about the Squidbillies. If you've never watched it, I highly recommend.
I
it.
agree. I agree. Check out at least an ep or two because Jimmy probably knows people like that, and Travis too.
Oh yeah.
You guys are
Yeah.
fucking hasty.
Well, I like the twist they put on it too. So it's not like, they got to put just a tiny little virtue twist on their
yeah.
their version of racism and stuff like that. And you know, they hate white people, you know, and stuff like that. But it's a really fun show. It's a good watch, and it's kind of like Blazing Saddles. A lot of the folks back here laugh at that, but they don't realize like they're the joke, you know. So,
Yeah. It's like, no, they're making fun of you. Yeah.
They're laughing directly at
I'm
you.
thinking, but I think I know what Jimmy's number one is. I'm pretty sure I know what his number one is.
it's on at my house.
I know what it is.
I'll go with mine real quick so we can get to JJ's. My number 2 is The Simpsons. And not,
Ooh,
I mean,
okay.
not current day Simpsons. God bless it. Like, man, but like The Simpsons laid the groundwork for a lot of stuff. But The Simpsons was just like the Flintstones, but in modern time. Which, like, you can just say it's all like homages to everything is an homage to something. But The Simpsons, like, I remember I have my Aunt Mary wouldn't let my cousins Andy and Katie and Kevin watch The Simpsons because, you know, back in the day, like when it first came out. I've been watching The Simpsons since the Tracy Ullman show.
Yeah.
And I loved up until like for years, decades. I can't even say years, for decades. I love The Simpsons.
Remember
And that's
how
a show,
violent
even though
the Tracy Ullman ones were? Like, oh my
Yeah,
god.
they were
Homer
so
beat
different.
the fuck out of Bart nose.
They fight. They fight. They fight. They
Fucking
fight. They fight.
choking him and shit.
Fight. 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 Fight.
call me Marge Simpson because I love my homies.
Yeah.
Marge. But yeah, I love The Simpsons. It was like there's two people I wanted to grow up to be. It was Homer Simpson and Al Bundy. Nailed it. So I love The Simpsons. Thank you. The Simpsons is always going to, and even though it has become what it has become, that show, for better or worse, for 30 years of my life, man, was every Sunday. I was there every Sunday. Me and my old man, we didn't see it eye to eye on hardly shit when I was growing up, man, but we watched The Simpsons together. And he, you know, a lot of them, there's a lot of jokes we still make these days that, so I love The Simpsons. We'll always love The Simpsons.
The episode that sticks with me the most is when Bart put Homer's Duff beer in the paint shaker.
Yes, he explodes it, and he goes into the coma and stuff like that. Yes.
Yeah, he left it in there for like a week or some shit. Yeah.
Man, I always like the Halloween episodes.
Yes,
but
the Treehouse
actually,
of Horror.
my favorite episode is the one where Homer poured wax in his mouth to eat those spicy chilies, and he just starts tripping fucking balls.
Whatever that is. Yes, and Johnny Cash is the wolf. That's a spirit animal. Yeah, that was a great episode. What does he say? He's like, yeah, these peppers were farmed by, insane asylum peaches, people like Quetzalcoatl and stirred it and stuff.
Yeah.
Didn't
they get rid of some of the characters because of like political correctness and shit?
Yeah.
Well, okay, I have to slow down when I read and jump to conclusions because I started that best episode ever was when Marge gives Bart head, and I was like, what?
No.
That's on a whole different channel. I think I'm watching the wrong Simpsons.
Why, you little?
It tends to happen nowadays.
Rule 32 or whatever.
Yes.
I'm sure it's out there.
I
Don't
remember
type that in Google. Don't Google that.
Yes, because it's an invasive species. I remember that, and she gives that awesome like little soliloquy. Kid, hey, what's up, Joe? That would be the guy that Joe is. We are all famous to a few people. Can't wait to have him on the show soon.
Oh, I stole that sweatshirt.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm so happy about it. I'm not
When
happy
did The
about it.
Simpsons start? It was like 84.
It was Simpsons. I think 86 on the Tracy Ullman show.
Because it was one of the first things on Fox.
Yeah,
Fox only had like 3 shows, so they would just replay the shit.
And
24.
it blew my mind as a kid knowing that Bart Simpson's voice
was
by
a girl.
chick.
Yeah, that was the first time I had ever been like, wait, a chick can do a kid's voice, and it was
87 is when
87. Okay.
87. Okay,
I was fucking 3.
You're young. I was almost 10.
One.
I like the Tracy Ullman show too, but again, like Fox was kind of the like if you wanted to be rebellious, you'd go watch Fox.
You'd go watch
we
Fox.
We'd only
Married
had
with
3
Children.
networks. Yeah.
Yep.
And then Fox come along, and you would watch Married with Children, The Simpsons, Tracy, or it wasn't even The Simpsons. Married with Children, Tracy Ullman, and what was the other show? There was like 3 shows.
Yeah, and
And
they
they
had,
just kept fucking rotating them.
yeah. Yes, he Joe actually worked with Mrs. Krabappel. Marsha Wallace. Because Joe has done Vampire Mob.
Yeah.
It's a movie, you can find it on YouTube. If you search Vampire Mob, you can watch Joe's work. But yeah, he's worked with a lot of. Joe was in a pilot for a sitcom with Michael J. Fox at one point. I have a picture on my computer.
Pre-shaky or post-shaky?
Pre. And I have a picture of Joe with Robin Williams on my computer. So Joe's made the circuit. He was a stand-up comedian. Joe's got a hell of a story, man. I can't wait to have this guy on.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's a great guy. I can't say enough nice things about him.
All right, JJ,
All right,
number
JJ.
2.
My number 2 we already touched based on, which was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
All right. Do we want to do any honorable mentions before we do our number 1s?
I would.
Yep.
Take the floor.
I
Go
would
ahead.
like to do the real Ghostbusters
That is
because
on my
nobody
honorable
has
mention.
said that.
It's
Okay,
on my honorable mentions right here. Real Ghostbusters. Check.
fantastic.
Good
Okay,
job.
How many grits?
look at Joe said he announced he has Parkinson's a week after we shot the pilot. So there you go. Yes, so the real Ghostbusters for me, 100%.
That was it? You only had one honorable mention? I have lots.
No, I mean I could probably go with my other ones. The Snorks was one of mine. I don't know if anybody remembers the Snorks. They were undersea.
I do.
Most memorable scene about the Snorks is the Family Guy episode.
Yes, where it goes, dude, up like that. Yes, because it goes like
Too young
a
to be
yes.
on
The Smurfs was also on mine because I was a kid and I loved the Smurfs when I was a kid because I was a kid.
Poor Smurfette.
Yeah, she got banged out a whole bunch probably. Those are all my honorable mentions, so I'm good.
All right, so I do have a tie for number 1. So when we do number 1, I'll have 2 because I know I'm sharing it with somebody else. But my honorable mentions are Real Monsters. I love that show
Yes.
Oh, that could be
with
mine.
Crumb and Ickis.
Mhm.
I also had Doug.
Good choice.
Is that the Patty Mayonnaise one?
Yep.
No. Yeah, come on, buddy.
I also had Rugrats.
Yes.
Good choice.
I had Real Ghostbusters. And then to finish it off, my wife sent a late edition, which I agree should be an honorable mention. Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh,
Stupid
yes.
dog.
Okay. Those are all great.
Oh, I think Courage the Cowardly Dog is purgatory. That's what I think that the whole show's about.
Yes, Tui, I did Ren and Stimpy. Venture Brothers was not on there, Joe, but great show.
Yeah.
Don't know what that is.
My honorable mentions are the Herculoids, which we talked about a little bit earlier.
Yes.
And I hope this is not anybody's number 1, but South Park, of course.
Nope.
Like, gotta
Not
have
even
South
on
Park.
my
on.
honorable mention, sadly.
Yeah.
Doug was brought up. Yeah, Doug was just brought up too.
That's where I learned my Mickey Mouse voice from, was South Park.
Yes.
So
We gotta wear purity ring.
whoever's the Venture Brother fans, check that out.
little Brock
Oh,
Sampson
We got
action.
my
Hell
Brock
yeah.
Sampson action figure.
Hell yeah, bro. Stop. That's awesome. I didn't even know they made those.
You never know.
Yes, Doug is in my honorable mention, Rob.
Yeah, Brock Sampson. That first episode, well, the first 2 episodes, the pilot and the first episode of the Venture Brothers, some of my favorite animation of all time. And then it just kind of meandered away. Like I don't know. I don't know what the Venture Brothers became. I love the Monarch, one of my favorite villains. He's just Skeletor in a butterfly costume, basically.
Yeah,
but-
Monarch. Yeah.
Yeah, but the like, you know, when Brock Sampson's fucking fighting the alligator and shit on the front lawn of the White House, and man, just the blood. Like Brock Sampson's one of my favorite characters of all time.
Peter,
Venture Brothers
It
did
was
not make
also
those.
me.
Yeah.
I forget his real name. The guy Patrick Warburton. It does.
yeah.
Joe's voice. Hey, Peter.
Yeah,
Yep. Oh, that's
It,
actually good.
it was the best thing ever for, you know, the first 2 episodes for sure. The first season, I loved everything about it, and then it just kind of got weaker and weaker as it went. And I haven't even watched the last bit of it. You know, like, you know, So I don't know how it ended.
That's fair.
Sorry, I missed it. And Gargoyles is in my honorable mention as well. I really enjoyed Gargoyles growing up.
JJ, did you have any honorable mentions?
I've got 3. So the first 2 are both from Adult Swim. We're going with some Aquatine Hunger Force.
Get away from my car, my freaking car!
And then also we got to go with Metal Apocalypse.
That's
that
the
show
best.
is so over the top, and the music slaps.
Number 1, Batman Metalocalypse.
Nice.
Jimmy's is number 1 is Aquatine. I knew.
Oh, I love you guys so much. And then the last one, because I can't choose because I love them both the same, is X-Men, the cartoon series. Because it's such a good show. But my number 1, as me and Travis will agree, is motherfucking Batman the Animated Series.
Yes.
That is one of the best, well-written, drawn, perfectly executed cartoons ever fucking made.
And Kevin Conroy as the voice was so good. You did have Hamill doing Joker, which, whatever. But it is the introduction.
Well, who would you rather have? Jared Leto? Do Joker's voice on the cartoon?
I don't mind the voice. I'm just saying, like, I don't like the guy.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So I'm like, whatever.
But fucking Skywalker, man.
But also the introduction, it introduced Harley Quinn. They created Harley Quinn for the cartoon. She was not in the comics at all before the animated series. Cartoon. And my favorite, what's your favorite Batman episode? Which episode was your favorite? Do you remember?
Ooh, I want to say the one with him and Clayface stands out to me the most. Like, there was just something about the way that one was done with him, like, trying to attack him and land on him and changing faces while he's trying to, like, keep his shit. Mm-hmm. For me, that's the one I go back to all the time.
I think my favorite is, though it was a 2-parter. I like when they tell a good story. It's when he had to learn the touch of death. The touch.
I forgot about
and, that. Like, he learned how to do it because he went, I don't remember who the bad guy was. It may have been Ra's al Ghul or somebody. I don't remember. And he went to his like hideout and he found a mannequin that had like the same spot pressed over and over again. And he knew that was his secret weapon. So he went home back to the Batcave and he was like practicing all that stuff. And he put like a plate over that area. So when Rosh tried to hit him with it, it didn't affect him, but he faked because they were fighting in the volcano.
Yep.
And he faked going down, and then he was able to beat Ra's after he faked being dead from the touch of death. So, I don't know.
Was there one where Superman was dressed as Batman and he fought Bane and whooped his ass?
There was an animation of that.
Not in the animated series, no.
Yeah, there was some other.
The Justice League one, I want to say.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Superman puts on a Batman costume and he beats the living fuck out of Bane.
So Batman.
I'll go ahead and do my number 1 since JJ put it out there. Aqua Teen Hunger Force is on a marathon in my house, in my bedroom, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I've watched every episode thousands of times. I can recite it. I know exactly, like, that's why I go to sleep to it, because I don't have to watch it. I can see it all in my head. Master Shake is one of my favorite animated characters ever, because he's just such a fucking asshole.
Yeah, he is a dick.
And, Master Shake, Carl, Meatwad, and then Frylock in that order. But I do love all the characters. And just the randomness of the whole thing, and
that's good.
With Markula and their magic house that comes back every time it gets blown up.
Yeah,
and
you're
just
supposed to fire your meat missiles at a Meatwad.
Good old Carl Brontanalondaluski. What is it? Carl
Brontanalondaluski. Yeah.
There we go.
He
check yourself. First, you wreck yourself.
Yes. Rob, my favorite characters are the Mooninites. They are my favorite. And me and Jimmy talk about it all the time. We're like, oh, look at it. It's coming.
The bullet is enormous. Jumping is useless.
Oh, yeah. It was a good kisser.
Yeah.
Oh, those aren't the Mooninites. Those are the
Plutonians.
Plutonians, yeah. But the
I
Moon
know,
Knights
but
are.
I love them too because they're so over the top
Yeah.
and stupid.
Yes, I took their coffee table. Let's go.
Take that shit.
I've watched it so many times. It always in the middle of the marathon, they play the Colon Force movie, and for some reason I hate when the movie plays in the middle of the marathon because it's like you're stuck in it.
Yeah.
And the whole point of Aqua Teen is 15
bite
minutes
side,
of just
yeah.
crazy shit, and then you move on to the next one. Yeah, and Banana tonight, you.
All
All I know how to do is fetch.
And that's funny you say that because
Alright.
Ham Banana, there's only like 2 or 3 episodes after Ham Banana before the movie starts. So every time I see the Ham Banana episode, I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta go to sleep before the movie starts. But I was legitimately sad when it ended, like because they had the fake out ending with where they all die and shit, going to try to get Frylock a new gem for his back. And then the Meatwad grows up and he gets married and he's got his kids back at the house and stuff like that. That was the fake out last episode. The actual last episode was with Christopher Lambert, not the whole Highlander thing. But I was legitimately sad when that ended. I was as sad as most people are, like when MASH ended or some shit. Like I was. But thank goodness that Adult Swim's got it out there for free on a marathon, and you can watch it all you want to watch it. They don't have the brand new stuff on there. That brand new season.
That's fine by me.
I didn't really dig it because the animation, like they actually added frames to the animation and stuff. It doesn't feel the same.
Yeah, it wasn't as just micro budget. You know what I mean? It just let me iron this out.
That's what I was just saying too. Either.
The Plantasm movie sucked too. Like it was horrible. I hated the Moon Knights were the only funny thing in that thing. The very first opening scene where they're on the spaceship and shit and Shake trying to be the hero.
We fast forwarded through 30 minutes of your movie. What are you gonna do about it? Huh?
Yeah.
What? Yeah, I didn't like the movie either, but the Moon Knights were the best part.
Yeah. The last season you had it all crescendoed and they just some asshole and he's dead now, so can't talk too bad about him. But the guy, Mike Lazo, who was running Adult Swim, just decided, you know what? We're too grown up for Aqua Teen now. And he just fucking shut it down.
You're a better man than me. Fuck that guy. I don't care if he's dead.
He just fucking shut it down. The season wasn't even over yet. So they just had to wrap it up real quick. And they did those last 2 episodes, which were cool. And they've tried to bring it back, but it's just the magic's gone. I think they should let it go at this point.
I agree.
Because they've tried with the movie. They've tried with a new mini season and it just doesn't work, so just let it go and be what it is, and it'll always be my favorite cartoon of all time. So
fair enough.
We just need a robot that gets us swole and it does the song.
I like your booty, but I'm not gay.
So Hefty, what did you got for number 1?
Mine is, and nobody has ever heard of this, I guarantee you, but it is The Mysterious Cities of Gold. It was a Japanese and French collab that came out back in the day, and Zia was my very first crush ever.
She's a whore. She's got a headband in, holds her hair back while she's sucking.
Well, so what the whole thing is it takes place like in the fucking 1500s and shit like that. And they sail to find the cities of gold. So they discover like Peru and like all these real life places. And what I love about it is after each show, yes, thank you, Joe. At the end of each show, they tied in with a historical thing about the place that they were talking about in the episode. So it was really awesome. It was, if you haven't seen it,
I have seen this show.
Wow. It's just wow. You go, yeah, have you? Because I call Cap.
I have seen. I don't know the whole season. I've seen it. I've seen episodes of that because I remember specifically because my mom would let me. she wanted me to watch it because it did have like historical stuff at the end, so you're learning stuff. It's kind of like when they used to tell me to watch Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego because I used to
love
learn
Where
stuff.
in the World is Carmen. Yeah, I love Where in the World.
Yeah,
is
but
Carmen.
I have seen the show.
Okay,
I'm just not
on.
as familiar with it. As
Yeah, no. So that is, and so that was my formative, like, probably first favorite cartoon ever, and I like, it was impossible to come by forever, and we're going back into like, you know, the early days of the internet. And I just got it as a Christmas gift a few years ago from my brother, and I was like, yo, this is the best shit ever. So if you haven't seen it, I absolutely go out there and check it out on whatever means you can. The Mysterious Cities of Gold. That is my absolute number one that I would not trade for all the
like a watch party
putting in New York. Yeah, that's true. Only I don't have any disc drives, so we'll figure something out.
I can find it on my stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, and my other number one, because I said it was tied, and it was one that you said earlier, Metalocalypse, man. Metalocalypse. I have never laughed so hard to a cartoon. And I think Metalocalypse is funnier than Aqua Teen ever was. And
I want 100 beers.
That's fine. You know what? It's the most metal thing that you've ever seen.
I'll get you the most metal thing ever.
Nothing. Holy crap. That's me, Pickles, the drummer, and I'm out here in the middle of nowhere.
Did you not see us doing a live action Metalocalypse?
Yes, I'd be.
You played a grandpa's guitars? Gross.
It's an ocean of blood, ocean.
New song, Killed by a Troll. Oh wait, we haven't wrote that one.
Who's
my favorite is my okay. Sorry, you're gonna ask who's the favorite of the band?
Yeah.
Mine is probably Murderface, actually.
I was gonna say who's gonna play Toki Wartooth. Who's Toki?
I will do it because I'm Toki's Wartooth.
He's getting Tui to do it. He's tall, kind of skinny.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm like, there's none of us that are tall and skinny.
Jimmy's gonna play Nathan Explosion.
Nathan Explosion.
I'm absolutely gonna be Murderface. I'm gonna play the bass with my kick.
I'm gonna be Toki's.
Oh yeah.
They don't die. They sacrifice themselves. They're there for the band, you know.
But
metal.
My favorite part, I have all the albums, the Death Clock albums. Like, it's amazing to me that they have, like, he writes a new song for each episode. Like, that's an amazing feat when you think about it.
Ooh, last minute nomination, Home Movies, Brendan Small.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Oh, and Dr. Katz, MD, forgot about that. Oh, man.
Bob's Burgers?
That's all John H. Benjamin stuff.
Yeah, I hate that I didn't have Archer on my list at all.
Never seen Archer.
None of them actually touch base on Archer.
Oh, yeah.
Archer is like second with funniness to me to Metalocalypse, and then Archer is like right there. It is so hilarious.
So we can all agree that H. John Benjamin is all right.
Oh yeah,
he's a
and he played Master Shake in the live action episode.
Yep.
And he was
she totally did. I forgot about that.
Favorite Metalocalypse song.
Go into the water.
Go into the water.
I'm just saying Thunder Horse because Guitar Hero.
What'd you say?
Thunder Horse.
Thunder Horse.
Oh, Thunder Horse is great too. Thunder Horse.
But it did get deleted because it wasn't brutal enough. Remember when he was hovering above the button after they just recorded Thunder Horse?
No. Yes. Yeah, not a big Bob's Burger fan. Like, I do like Bob's Burger. Yeah, birthday, death day. Yes, we do that on everybody's birthday in my family. That song gets busted out. And the Simpsons Ramones, Happy Birthday. Smithers have the Rolling Stones killed. Sorry, do as I say.
We're gonna go to the deepest, darkest place to record our album. The Mariatic Trench. But no, Mermaider is up there, but my favorite is probably Hatred Copter.
Oh, Angel Copter's badass too. That whole album is really good.
My second favorite is Laser Cannon Death Sentence. That one's die.
Yeah, you can just see the guys in the rockets like.
And then my that didn't even make it my top two. The jingle song. Scream for the cream. Do you like coffee? It's just a jingle. It's not a full song. So it doesn't count.
Flavor.
I liked when they were getting sponsorships and nickels.
Nickels is money's too.
Yeah, pickles is money's too, guys.
But I don't know which character I'd play. I really don't know. I'd probably play Pickles.
I see that.
Or
I
think
you're
the hairline back a bit.
I think you're Swiss car Squig Elf.
Yes, absolutely.
I practice my guitars. I can't actually read the music, but I practice the guitars.
What was that?
Toki, you'll be eating too much candy. You get the diabetes.
The Doomstar Requiem.
I do cocaine. Yeah.
I'm Dr. Roxo, the rock clown.
Yeah, their movie, the Doomstar Requiem, was good. I have not watched the new one.
The new one is not. Jimmy,
no.
I watched it when it first came out, and I told Jimmy it wasn't great, and he's like, "Meh, okay."
Yeah, I don't want another heartbreak like Aqua Teen.
It wasn't good. It wasn't. I watched.
Because the Doomstar Requiem was like one of the best things ever, man. Like the whole thing with Toki and
release the kitties.
I want to play their manager. He was a low-key fucking badass. Hell yeah, he was. Oh yeah, the guy that was like this that had the fucking laser eyes at one point. He had his eyes burned out.
We have renamed this island, your island we've taken from you, to the Metal Ocalypse Death Clock School of Wayward Kitties.
Dude, but it also had George Corpse Grinder Fisher as a voice in that. Like, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I just love that show. I wish they wouldn't have made that last episode. I wish they would have just finished where the series ended. I wish they would have just closed out that way.
I feel like once they kind of let go of it for too long, the magic is gone, and it's just like Doomstar was kind of like the last episodes of Aqua Teen, where they knew they were wrapping it up.
So they had to kind of just
Yeah.
But I always loved the guy who was doing the report. They had like different names for all the scientists and stuff. It's like doctors,
Squana Fontana Lama Luda. You're just like, what?
It's like, no, we must let this play out.
Yeah.
We must let this play
Which I never understood what the whole plan was. It never, even in the last movie, it never explains everything. It's just like they're the messiahs, and I'm just like,
What?
What?
Messiahs for what though?
Exactly. And then the world blows up, so they all die anyway. So it doesn't. So anyway, man, look at that.
I know.
Top 10 and an hour and 57 minutes with honorable mentions.
Yes.
And that's
Not
how
bad,
you do a
boy.
show, gentlemen. That's how you do a show.
Watch, dude. Wow. All right.
No, I'm just saying I'm excited because we didn't like cut it off at an hour and 15 minutes. We still had stuff to talk about through the whole thing.
Yeah.
We did good.
Because we're all a bunch of man children.
What's the cartoon you hate the worst?
Heathcliff.
Heathcliff, no one should terrorize this neighborhood.
Fuck Heathcliff, bro.
You guys are gonna be really mad at
You
me.
hated Johnny Bravo? Hey, Brandon Bravo. How do you fucking hate Johnny Bravo?
That God Chantel's gone to bed.
Uh-huh.
The cartoon I hate the worst, and you guys are gonna hate me, is Muppet Babies. I fucking hate that show so bad. I can't stand to watch it. I hate it.
I still love you, buddy. It's
Yeah.
okay. It's all subjective. It's my list.
I like
my list, motherfucker.
I like the random crazy Cow and Chicken, Ren and Stimpy, Aqua Teen nonsense.
Chicken's a great one.
I'm trying to think. The show that I always hated, and not there's different versions of it, but I always like just watch it on the TV. Sonic the Hedgehog, the cartoon. Not the one where he's awesome looking Sonic, the crappy cartoon one with the 2 robot sidekicks for Dr. Robotnik, the chicken and the drill guy. I hated that cartoon so much.
Sheepdogs all the time.
Yeah, I hated
That
it.
had Steve Urkel doing his voice.
And
I hated that Sonic.
and when I was a kid, if I stayed on the channel too long, it went to Bullwinkle, and I fucking hated Bullwinkle the Moose. I hated that show.
Well, fuck you very much.
I fucking hated Bullwinkle.
What about Rocky? He's not so bad.
Nope. I hated it. I always felt gypped if that was the only cartoon I got to watch.
All right.
I like Bob, Rocky, and Bullwinkle. No.
Natasha was
I may like it now, but I hated it then.
Natasha was a Russian whore.
Ojisan is dead.
Ojisan is dead to me. My least favorite cartoon. I don't know, man. Like,
You gotta have
That's-
one you hate.
no, I'm
I
trying
can't-
to think of one.
Dislike.
I can't believe Thundercats didn't make it on anybody's list.
I know. All right, I haven't seen enough of it to make a formative opinion.
Thundercats.
Oh, snurf.
What are you doing with that sword lane? Oh, snarf,
Snurf. I'm gonna
By
start.
the Eye of
review bombing
Thundera,
your
show me
movie.
Chitara. Oh, she's
The,
in the
the
bathroom.
robot
Oh.
chicken Thundercat shit was the best. Oh, where Mama was like, oh, I gotta go masturbate.
The Amazing Screw-On Head pilot. No, we'll have to check into that. I'm gonna start review bombing your movie online now to get a head start. It's The Anointed. Don't forget.
Fuck you, Tui.
Way to go, Jimmy. Yeah, that's it. I can't think of one that I don't like. I mean, I like pretty much any animated shit I'm shown because I'm an idiot and like it's cartoony, and I'm like, all right, I'll watch it. I mean, maybe like I don't even know. I can't really think of anything.
Well,
I just
I have to say this was a shit ton of fun. So let's set a date here in the next few days. But the next show, top 10 animated movies across the board. Doesn't have to be one this or that, but all animated movies. But actually animated, not Pixar, CG, actually drawn animation.
like
movies.
hand-drawn animation ones.
Oh,
Okay.
has to be hand drawn. Fuck.
Yeah,
Okay.
it has to be hand drawn.
But
Do
you
another
get
show
bonus
for that
points. You get bonus points if you know a song from the show or the movie.
All right,
Okay.
I like that
Mine were
idea.
all like
Fair
cave
enough.
paintings and stuff. We didn't really have music back then. So
Well, See,
Not with you, Jimbo.
Jimmy had like multiple stone tablets, and he just changed them really fast, made them look like they were moving.
and we do like shadow puppets on the walls. And
I
stuff.
love that Jimmy's only 7 years older than myself. And he's the
He's more
yeah, no
he's
problem
more
doing
gray
that.
than you are, though. So
That's true. Well, on the
Yeah.
outside, on the inside, I'm.
I cut all my gray off in my beard.
all right, I want to go make steaks. Let's go.
All right.
All right, we're ending this shit right now. Thank you guys for being here. Be kind to somebody because you don't know what's going on in their life, and your kindness might just change your day. Me and Hefty will be right back here in Random Nonsense Studio tomorrow for Tom and Amy Paranormal Mystery because I have to bake fucking cakes for Danielle's brother-in-law's birthday this weekend. So we'll be here tomorrow night instead of Hefty's.
Oh, that's. And on that, we're out. Have a good night, everybody. JJ,
Have a good one,
may
guys.
or may I die.
Later, brothers.
Love you guys.